America is on fire tonight. A black body is dead. A dead body becomes a name. A name becomes sad. Sad becomes anger. Anger becomes a hashtag. A hashtag becomes newshead speaking. Newshead cycled out. A president stomps out the fire. America adds another name to a list until a fire is started by some other black body with some other name that will someday belong to America. Tomorrow, I will feel some sort of sad. Soak rice before I cook it. Take a long shower. Tweet something poignant. Ignore my parents when they call and wake up in my own bed. Tomorrow, I will wake up late. Gauge whether I need to shower. Grip onto textbooks I won't read. Like some statuses on Facebook. Eat a too expensive sandwich. Tomorrow, I will still have my name, and I will not bother to grip it harder. Say a prayer before I go outside, because I will still have my name, even though this country burns. But yeah, now I'm going to read the piece that's actually published in this tonight. I am on page 11. But it speaks about a different type of burning in America, and speaks to like a different way that I think Asians are racialized than Black Americans. We can speak about that later. My email address is Christopher_Tran@Brown.edu. Let's get together and talk it out. 1. In the mid-1970s, to limit the strain and impact Vietnamese refugees would have on local American communities, the U.S. government enacted a policy of scattering the population. Vietnamese refugees, scattered like seeds, found themselves in every state, often without other Vietnamese people near them. America's goal, prevent the ethnic enclave. Mangoes and papayas bloomed in the potato fields of Middle America. The wind carried these seeds like a monsoon, and like all blossoms sweeping in the diaspora, they found each other. Concentrations of Vietnamese Americans harvested their own cornucopias, a little Saigon growing through the corn hay, like Chinatown rising from the rubble, like a firebird from chaos, too. The conductor kicked us off at Canal Street. Buck-toothed rats swarmed the third rail, and electricity erupted their bodies like firecrackers. Smoke poured into the station, leaving a smell of carcass and spine charring against the Q train's underbelly. This is my first time in Manhattan's Chinatown. The smell reminds me of home. 3. Growing up in Oklahoma, I noticed how my parents cooked with the windows open, a stench infiltrating the neighborhoods of the southern plains, a rush of garlic and chilies and fish paste coming right behind the rain. A white friend once visited my home, noting the odor of a raccoon that must have crawled behind the couch and died. My parents instructed me to shower each time I cooked our recipes, to rid my body of all that has fueled me, to sanitize our history, to smell like vanilla or freshly baked Wonder Bread. 4. Last year, a fire blew across the eyes and mouths of Irwindale residents. The scent of the jalapenos grinding in a California factory produced an odor so extremely annoying, irritating, and offensive to the senses, and therefore a public nuisance. After emigrating from Vietnam in 1980, David Tran created the Huifong Foods brand of sriracha. He created sriracha to supply to restaurants in Chinatown, Los Angeles. Sriracha can now be found in a number of American concoctions, such as sriracha mayo, Lay's potato chips, and UV vodka, once called by a food blog as being here to napalm your liver. I must ask, if refugees leave with all that's left of their bodies and their bodies of knowledge, then what separates these bodies from being a public nuisance, or a public good? What is digestible? 5. During the period of Chinese exclusion, New York's Chinatown was a bordered gangland of street violence and fear, a frontier impossible for white women to cross unless they fall victim to the yellow and buck-toothed. Chinatown was a cauldron of opium pipes, burning on the fears of sexual assault and torture, but its only contributions to New York society, hand-washed laundry and chow mein. 6. Columbus discovered the New World. In hopes of finding spices from India, following other successful trades between Europe, Northeast Africa, and Asia. I am in grade school when I learned this. Later during lunch, as I bite into a bologna sandwich on white bread, I have to wonder where these European-discovered spices ended up, because they didn't end up in America. 7. I grew up in a neighborhood where my family, another Vietnamese family, and 2 Mexican families occupied one side. On the other side, there were white families, the ones that do not take their shoes off when they walk inside, the ones that are allowed to have family reunions. For Thanksgiving, I overhear an old grandmother chasing her grandchild that's run to our side of the neighborhood. Get back here, it's dangerous over there. For Christmas, we give pork egg rolls to one of our white neighbors' families as a gift. They have cable and a trampoline and ask us to grab their mail when they go camping. A week later, the son tells me they were tasty, but too spicy, but they were really good drenched in soy sauce. 8. I am older and have been able to visit Chinatowns in Manhattan, Queens, and Boston, a few of the backbones that still hold up Asian America. I want to say they are more than counterfeit jewelry, tourist money and dirty walls, more than $2 dumplings and ducks hanging in the windows like lynched civilians. This country picks culture apart like pulled pork off a bone, takes prime ribs and leaves only ligaments. Someone tells me an overheated electrical box once set a Chinatown building on fire. It killed a man and left 200 homeless. I wonder if Chinatown could ever receive the care and attention of a Manhattan Midtown high-rise. Why buildings like these are left uninspected to burn, to remain in fragments. Maybe because they can bury Canal Street or leave us stranded in Oklahoma. Even when we have nothing, our recipes are set in our bones, an ancestral recipe, slow brewing a skeleton, a flame igniting our breath. We are in our kitchens, bent vertebrae over an open fire, making so much out of so little. Our kitchens, just rusted joints, burning, cooking up the largest firestorm this side of town has ever smelled.